Welcome to the Window Wisdom Podcast, your guide to replacement windows and more. Welcome to Window Wisdom Podcast, episode number 35. Today, we're going to be talking about our core values and our company culture. And I'm joined with Rebecca here, our marketing manager. Thanks for being here, Rebecca.
Sure.
Today, we're going to dive into the core values of our company. How does that set us apart from other businesses?
Yeah.
And let's just talk about the core values and how we've grown over the years.
I always remember it by MAPD, M-A-P-D. That's kind of like the acronym for our core values.
Okay. Well, let's start with the first one.
Okay, MAPD. M is more than a window company. We seek to, I'm going to honor our creator by serving our community well. Is that
Yes.
it? I kind of seen the notes on your page too. So
We seek to honor and glorify our creator by serving our community well.
Yep.
We do believe we're much more than a window company.
Yes.
And, just a little insight, this was really a bigger revelation for Jonathan, my business partner, and myself. About 3 years ago, in May of 2021, we took a road trip. And this road trip, we visited several different companies in the Chicago area. And we got to learn different things about these companies. And they were just great companies that did wonderful things. They knew their numbers well. They just ran really good businesses. But one of the businesses that we visited, they were at the point where they may have been transitioning ownership. And they were thinking, are we going to sell this company, or are we going to pass it along to the next generation? How is this going to work out for us? And, I was able to talk to my friend that owns this business, several months later and said, hey, well, what did you decide to do with the business? And he said, well, we decided to keep it because we view our business as our ministry, and we did not want to lose that. And, that really got us thinking about, what kind of good could we do with our business. And, turns out they, being out of Chicago, they were dealing with a company in Alpharetta, which is ironic because that's where our business is based, called NCF, National Christian Foundation, where they were contributing to a donor advised fund to just do good for people. And, they connected us there. And there's other things that we've been able to do, since then, as a result of just embracing this core value. And, for example, we were able to create an employee benevolence fund.
Right.
We just want people to understand that, we know that there's more than windows and doors to our business.
Our life is not, windows and doors is what we do, but that's not our life.
We serve people.
Sure, yeah. And that, I'm glad you shared that, because I feel like that's something I've seen. We've always, I feel like, tried to operate on Christian principles, but I've seen like a transition just in what you said when you and Jonathan had that road trip. I've seen kind of y'all put that more into practice in the past few years, where it's like, okay, yes, we're selling windows and doors, but how can, like you said, use this business as a ministry? And so I think that that's something I've even witnessed in my time here, the transition. Also with Covenant Care, I feel like that's something else, which for those that don't know, Covenant Care is an adoption agency that we kind of, has it been 3 years now, maybe? We just came across them and have just been able to partner with them. We believe in what they're doing as an adoption agency in Macon. So we've been able to supply windows to them and just support them in various ways. So that's been really neat.
We're doing some great work.
It's just, it's neat.
And got to meet some great people through that process as well.
Mm-hmm.
Well, moving on.
Yes, A. So more than a window company, A is always getting better. So, no matter what position that someone's working at, we feel like there's always room to improve, to learn about the business, to learn about other employees. And I feel like we'll hear that a lot.
We are committed to lifelong learning.
Yes. So you're never going to fully know everything. So,
And not just business,
right.
personal growth as well. We really encourage that,
Yep.
with all of our employees and people that are affiliated with our business. Our partners help us get better. There's just so many things that we can do to grow as individuals,
Yeah.
personally and professionally. So we love it when, our employees embody that because it makes us better as a business.
Yep.
Next.
Passionate, which the little tagline for that is we're hardworking people having fun together. That's one of the things I love. Obviously, I love that we run on Christian principles, but the people, to me, I love the people that we work with. And I feel like a lot of people, you hear that from other people. Like they may come for the position, but they enjoy the people.
Yes.
That's one of the aspects.
I can remember being in college with a professor saying, you know what, you're going to spend 40 hours plus a week, find a job that you love, find a company that you love. And I've been very fortunate to have founded this company and, surrounded ourselves with great people here that, do work hard, but we love to have fun.
Yes.
Can you talk about some of those fun things that we do?
Yeah. Let's see. Well, this sounds really pretty simple, but we have a bulletin board in our break room. And we just started that this year. And it's just a place for company announcements. We have an employee spotlight that will feature each month as someone that we feel embodies some of our core values. We just want to recognize that. But we just have, like, when we unveiled the bulletin board, I think Chris in accounting, she's really big into puns and just games and making stuff cute and fun. And it was called Nacho Average Bulletin Board. So we just had a nacho party celebrating the unveiling of the bulletin board. And Stephanie, one of our girls here, her husband saw that we had that nacho party. And he was like, y'all's office is like a real life version of the show, The Office, which I've not watched that, but I've heard other people say that we do birthday celebrations. And I think they do that on the show. So it's just fun, small stuff. It doesn't have to be anything major, but the fact that we have a nacho party to celebrate a bulletin board just makes everyday stuff fun.
And it's a popcorn party. Popcorn bar.
So we had a
month.
popcorn bar, and Chris brought in tons of seasonings for the popcorn. So if you get hungry in the middle of the day, you just go make some popcorn. The office smells like a movie theater, but it's not a bad thing. We had a scavenger hunt earlier this year. I think either this month or next month, we're going to Topgolf to play Topgolf. We had a putting challenge down the long hallway here to see who could get a golf ball and a cup at the end of the hallway. So we're getting our job done, but we're having fun while we do it. So.
And we're pet friendly.
We are pet friendly. So Ted will bring his dog in. Your golden retriever will come in. Jonathan's dog comes in all the time. He loves the trash cans around here. So you have to put your trash can on your desk sometimes or he will attack it. But no, it's just a fun
We love Duke.
Yeah.
Duke
Duke
is awesome.
The office dog. So yeah, just a lot of fun with the people that we work with.
Explain to me what the Flat Ted and Jonathan is. I've seen these things going.
Yes, I forgot about Flat Ted and Jonathan. So apparently it was a play off something called a Flat Stanley, and I'm not 100% sure what that is, but basically it's a picture of you and Jonathan that's been...
Yeah, I've seen that. You hide it around the office.
Yeah, laminated, and then someone will go hide you and Jonathan around the office. And whoever finds it is then responsible for hiding it again. So I think y'all were in the refrigerator one time and someone opened the refrigerator and found y'all.
I heard we got to go to Alaska this year. I saw a picture.
Yeah. Chris took a copy of Flat Ted and Jonathan on her cruise to Alaska. And so y'all were out cruising in Alaska. But it's just this random fun thing that when you go find Flat Ted and Jonathan and then you hide it. So just stuff like that takes place around the office to keep things fun.
And I'd be remiss if I did not mention our company picnics. Those are so fun.
Yeah, so this year we've been doing these. So obviously we'll have food. It's for the whole family. In the past several years, we've been doing like minute to win it type games, just crazy fun little games. And I think we were kind of burnt out on those. So this year, our company picnic, we had our first softball tournament, and I think that that was a big hit, pun intended. But it was a very, very hot day, but everyone seemed to enjoy it.
We have some very competitive people here too.
We have some very competitive people in the office. I may or may not be one of those people.
It's good for business.
It is good for business. So that went over really well. There's been talks about possibly expanding that to have like a vendor appreciation day. And so invite our vendors and partners out for a big softball tournament, which that may be coming up in the future. But that was a lot of fun.
Sounds good.
Yep. Yep.
Well, and a lot of these things are documented on our social media.
Yes.
So people can go on and check it out.
Mhm.
Facebook, Instagram,
YouTube. Yeah. We're all over the
Well,
place.
let's go to our last one which is not all of our core values, but our main core four that we identified, and that is do the right thing.
Do the right thing. This is probably the one that I hear the most. But it makes decision making. I was thinking about this, and it really makes decision making easy. Or when we have an issue that comes up and you don't necessarily, okay, how are we going to handle this? It's like, okay, well, what's the right thing to do? And I think when we ask it like that, we know it may not be the easy thing, but it's the right thing to do. And it just makes it easy.
Right.
You know, like, okay, this is how we need to handle this. And it's not always bad stuff, but it's just, okay, what's the best way to approach this situation? Well, what's the right thing to do? And then that just kind of guides us in how we handle things. So,
well, and I love the tagline to it. I feel like we've taken the golden rule of, treat people as you would like to be treated, even a step further, knowing that we're dealing with individuals that, have different beliefs and just are different altogether. And we always want to treat people how they want to be treated. So maybe call that the platinum rule.
Yeah. I mean, I guess I was actually talking to a coworker not long ago about this one, and we were just talking about it. And it's almost like by treating them how they want to be treated, it forces you, because just as humans, we're naturally selfish, we're like, well, this is how I would handle the situation. But it kind of forces you to put yourself in their shoes, I guess. Yeah. If you think about it that way, like what would they want?
If you're an introvert or an extrovert, you may like different things, right?
Yeah. So yeah, those are our 4 core values, which kind of, we have them hanging in our showroom. We try to talk about them in various departmental meetings. Like I mentioned earlier, we try to feature an employee who has embodied one or more of those core values for the previous month, just as a way to remind people what our core values are and keep them on the forefront, and just to remind us that these are kind of how we want to operate and do business.
Yeah, just highlighting them. And I know different people have won that award for different reasons. I can think of somebody changing a customer's tire out in the parking lot.
Yeah, in the parking lot of the showroom. They got a flat tire. I don't know if they were coming to visit us or they were just driving by, but yeah, he was out there changing their tire. I appreciate that we operate our business off of those core values. And it's nice. I feel like a lot of times you can have principles, but until you write them down, and so I feel like 2 years ago, maybe we actually put pen to paper, wrote them down.
Which was another process that came out of that Chicago trip. Another one of the businesses that we visited was operating on a system called EOS, which stands for the Entrepreneurial Operating System.
I'm glad you said. I can never say the entrepreneurial. I can never get that word.
But we were so impressed with that system that we looked into it, and all of the leadership team read the book and really decided that it was a great way to run a business. And it's just really helped streamline things from our meetings to identifying our core values, the purpose of our business, just so many things that, we're able to organize our business and just get better.
Yeah.
You know,
So it's kind of like a peek behind the curtain of our business. I think obviously people come to us because they need windows or doors, but it's nice sometimes to see, okay, this is kind of a behind the scenes of how the business operates. Yes, they're supplying me with a service, but it's kind of like a peek into the people and how we operate. So
that's right.
yeah.
The people make the business. Just from how much they care about the customers to how we strive for 100% satisfaction. We don't always get it right,
Right.
but when you go back to these core values and you make decisions based on that, or you take action based on these core values, then it usually turns out good for
Yeah.
everybody involved.
Yeah. And like you said at the beginning, we know our lives aren't windows and doors. That's just what we do, but we want to serve the Lord and, love others along the way. So,
Amen.
yeah. Yeah.
Well, thank you for being
Yeah,
here
thanks.
today.
Thanks
This
for
has been a little different, but fun.
Yeah. And I know Ted mentioned this earlier, but follow us on social media to stay up to date with everything that we've got going on. And then they can like and subscribe on our YouTube channel to stay up to date with the podcast as well.
Share it. We need more followers.
Yes, we do need more followers. So, yeah, I guess that's it for episode 35. So,
Thank you.
thank you.